Okay, so after mixing and letting your dough rest for 30 minutes to an hour, we're going to start doing the folding steps. The purpose of folding is to strengthen your dough, is to kind of create that gluten structure, and I'm going to show you two different ways to do it. So one of them is called stretch and folds, and one is called coil folds. They're basically doing the same thing, they're just slightly different variations. I prefer doing coil folds. I started out doing stretch and folds. Now I just usually do the coil folds. I think it's just sort of neater and easier, I guess. Neither of them are difficult, it's just a different way of doing it. So when you're doing this, you want to get your hands wet first. So just run them under water. This will help the dough from sticking to your hands. So with wet hands, for stretch and folds, the point of doing this is you're going to take one side of the dough, you're going to stretch it up, and you're going to fold it over, and then you're going to turn your bowl, you're going to stretch it up, fold it over, and you would do that all four sides essentially. For a coil fold, it's the same thing. You're going to lift the dough up, but you're going to go from the center of the dough, and you're going to kind of coil it under itself. So you do that on one side, kind of get that mass of dough coiled, and then rotate your bowl, do it on the other way, and you kind of just roll that dough under itself. So you have this neat little package when you're done. And you'll see as you start to do more sets, your dough is going to get a lot more smoother, it's going to get more elastic, and it's going to be a lot easier to work with. It get less sticky as the process goes on too, so you won't need quite as much water on your hands, if at all, when you're doing this. But for the first couple sets, I do recommend getting your hands wet just to avoid your dough sticking if it happens to be extra sticky. So I think that's it. We'll come back in another 30 minutes and do our second set. So one set of folds would be going around the bowl one time, or for coil folds, just doing it one direction on each side and then going the other way. So you're going to have a nice little dough ball in the middle of your bowl. And then you'd cover it again, and then we'll wait for another 30 minutes to do our second set.